Hare Krishna. Welcome to Tax Guru YouTube channel. This is CA Rohanar Pingre, practicing chartered accountant based in Mumbai, also partner in Motilal and Associates LLP, member firm of Mask Network. Welcome to video series GST Relearn, part 19. And today we are going to discuss topic demands and recovery under GST. Yes. So let me allow to share my screen. Demands and recovery under GST. What we are going to learn. So first, the meaning of demands and recovery, then statutory framework, sections and rules, categories of GST demands, demands not involving fraud, demands involving fraud, comparative analysis between section 73 and 74, issuance of show cause notices, sequence of adjudication proceedings, pre-show cause notice consultation, rectifications of orders, interest and penalty in demand cases, recovery proceedings, mode of recovery, provisional attachment, transfer of property to defraud the revenue, summary in DRC forms, practical examples, good practices for taxpayers, common issues and practical notes. And at the end of the video, we will also discuss few of the case laws related to demands and recovery. So let's start. Demand and recovery provisions under GST form the backbone of enforcement. Okay, it's a backbone of the enforcement. They ensure what? Correct payment of tax, deterrence of fraud, protection of revenue. So a demand can arise due to what reasons? Short payment or non-payment, wrong availment or utilization of what? Input tax credit, erroneous refunds. So these are the three basic things due to which demand can arise. That is short payment or non-payment, wrong availment or wrong utilization of input tax credit, erroneous refunds. Let's see what is the statutory framework. Demand provisions. Main sections deal with it. It's section 73 and section 74. Section 73 covers the cases that not involving the fraud or suppression, and section 74 covers cases involving fraud, willful misstatement and suppression. So 73 is for not involving fraud or suppression, and 74 involving fraud, willful misstatement or suppression of the facts. Recovery provisions, sections 75, 76, 78 and 79. That is 75 deals with general provisions for adjudication. 76 deals with tax collected but not paid. 78 initiation of recovery, and 79 deals with modes of recovery. Ancillary provisions, section 83 provisional attachment, and rule 142 summary of order, show cause notice and form DRC 20. Let's move on to categories of GST demands. What are the categories of GST demands? Tax not paid or short paid, tax erroneously refunded, ITC wrongly availed or utilized. We have just seen these three. Then also tax collected but not deposited to the government. So that is also, in case of that, we can department can raise a demand. Demand arising due to audit, inspection or anti-evasion. So these are the categories where GST demand can be raised. That is tax not paid or short paid, tax erroneously refunded, ITC wrongly availed or utilized, tax collected but not deposited to the government treasury, demand arising due to audit, inspection or anti-evasion. Next, demands not involving fraud. So we are now moving into the important section, section 73, where it is applicable. When there is no fraud, no willful misstatement, and no suppression of facts. And the time limit to issue show cause notice is at least 3 months prior to time limit for order. And order within 3 years from the due date of annual return. So section 73 deals with non-fraud cases, non-willful misstatement, and non-suppression of facts. Show cause notice time limit is at least 3 months prior to time limit for order, and time limit to issue order is within 3 years from the due date of annual return. Reduced penalty. If tax plus interest paid before issue of show cause notice, then no penalty will be levied. If paid within 30 days of show cause notice, then also no penalty. But if paid within 30 days of order, then 10% of penalty or rupees 10,000, whichever is higher. So in case of means when penalty reduced, when tax and interest paid before issuance of show cause notice, then no penalty. Also, if paid within 30 days of show cause notice, then also no penalty. But penalty 10% will be levied when it is paid within 30 days of order. It's 10% penalty or rupees 10,000, whichever is higher. Now we will see section 74 demands involving fraud. Applicable when fraud, suppression of facts, willful misstatement, and intent to evade tax. So these are the basic requirements to deal with, means to invoke section 74. So when department wants to invoke section 74, case needs to be case needs to be fall into this, means either it is fraud or suppression of facts or willful misstatement or intent to evade tax. What is the time limit? In case of fraud, show cause notice at least 6 months prior to time limit for order. In 73, it is 3 months. Here it is 6 months. Okay. And time limit to issue order is within 5 years from the due date of annual return. In case of non-fraud cases, it is 3 years. So penalty. Before show cause notice, 15% of tax. Means here there is no nil penalty or no penalty. Here penalty will be levied, but at a reduced rate. Means from the start, penalty will be levied. So before show cause notice, 15% of tax. Within 30 days of show cause notice, 25% of the tax penalty will be levied. And within 30 days of the order, 50% of the tax will be levied. And after 30 days of order, 100% of the tax is what penalty will be levied. So that is the penalty provisions. Let's see comparative analysis between section 73 and 74. So it will be easy to understand. Okay. First, nature. Of course, it is 73 deals with no fraud. Section 74 fraud cases. Limitation of order 3 years in case of 73 non-fraud cases and 5 years in case of 74. Penalty before show cause notice and penalty within 30 days of show cause notice nil in case of section 73 non-fraud cases, but 15% and 25% respectively in case of section 74 fraud cases. Penalty within 30 days of the order, section 73 non-fraud 10%, but in case of fraud cases, it will be levied at 50%. And penalty thereafter in 73, it is remained as 10%, but it will be 100% in case of section 74, that is fraud cases. Next, issuance of show cause notice. Let's see the provisions related to issuance of section, provisions related to show cause notice. Essentials elements of valid show cause notice. What are they? Precise grounds, exact tax amount, classification of demand, that is whether it is fall into the 73 or 74. Evidence relied upon and opportunity of hearing. That is also must. Opportunity of hearing must be given before issuance of show cause notice. So these are the essential elements of valid show cause notice. Summary of show cause notice issued in form of GST DRC 01. Show cause notice issued in form GST DRC 01. Let's see sequence of adjudication proceedings. First, detection of discrepancy, then pre-show cause notice intimation, that is optional but encouraged, issuance of show cause notice, personal hearing, that is opportunity of being heard, submission of written reply from the client, from the assessee, order passed in DRC 07, and recovery proceedings thereafter if tax is not paid. So this is the sequence in which adjudication held, like detection, then pre-show cause notice intimation, then issuance of show cause notice, then personal hearing, then submission of written reply, order passed in DRC 07, and recovery proceedings if not paid. Next, pre-show cause notice consultation. Encouraged only in case if especially in large demands, wherever there is a large demand, so pre-show cause notice consultation can be given. Helps in avoiding unnecessary litigation. Rectification of orders. Errors apparent on record may be rectified within 6 months from the date of the order. So whenever there is an error apparent on record, the order can be rectified within 6 months from the date of order. Next, interest and penalty. Interest, delayed payment, section 50 deals with that. Wrong ITC utilization, interest applicable. So penalty depends on whether case falls under section 73, 74. We already covered in earlier points. Recovery proceedings, section 78. If tax not paid within 3 months of the order, recovery starts. Commissioner may reduce time in special cases. So recovery proceedings starts if tax not paid within 3 months of the order. And commissioner may reduce that time too in special cases. So, modes of recovery. Section 79. Okay. Deduction from money owed by government, adjustment against refunds, attachment of property movable or immovable, garnish orders to third parties, district collector recovery, court proceedings, attachment and sale. So what are the modes of recovery mentioned in section 79? That is deduction from money owed by government, adjusting against the refunds, attachment of property movable or immovable, garnish orders to third parties, district collector recovery, court proceedings, attachment and sale. So these are the modes of recovery. Next, provisional attachment. Section 83 deals with what? Provisional attachment. Allowed during proceedings under certain sections. Objective is to protect the revenue and validity is what? 1 year. Okay. Provisional attachment. Section 83 deals with that and it is allowed during proceedings under certain sections. Objective is to what? Protect the revenue and validity of provisional attachment is 1 year. So transfer of property to defer the revenue. Any transfer after initiation of proceedings can be declared void. Transfer of property to defer the revenue. Any transfer after initiation of proceedings can be declared void. So to avoid that, it is the provision. Let's see summary in DRC forms. DRC 01, that is show cause notice summary. DRC 02, statement of demand, that is supplementary. DRC 07, summary of order. DRC 08 rectification or amendment of order, DRC 09 recovery certificate, DRC 1313 garnish notice, DRC 16 attachment of property. Now we will see some of the practical examples to understand the concept. Example 1, Section 73, no fraud cases. ABC Limited missed what ITC reversal of 5 lakhs due to clerical error. Okay, so it is non-fraud case. Department issues show cause notice under 73. So if ABC pays tax plus interest before show cause notice, then there will be no penalty. Okay. Then example 2 relates to section 74 fraud cases. XYZ Limited created fake invoices to avail ITC of 20 lakhs of rupees. XYZ Limited created fake invoices to avail ITC of rupees 20 lakhs. If they pay before show cause notice, then penalty will be levied at 15% of rupees 20 lakhs, that is rupees 3 lakhs. And if they pay within 30 days of show cause notice, then 25% of penalty will be levied. And if after order, 50% of penalty will be levied. Next, example 3, recovery proceedings. An order of rupees 10 lakhs become final. Taxpayer doesn't pay for 3 months. So department may attach bank account, issue garnish order to the debtor, and sell movable property too. So what is it that an order of 10 lakhs becomes final? Taxpayer doesn't pay for 3 months. So what department will take action like attachment of bank account, issue garnish order to debtor, and sell movable property? Example 4, provisional attachment. Audit reveals major ITC fraud risks. So commissioner may attach bank accounts of the taxpayer for 1 year. Okay, that is the example on provisional attachment. So now we will see good practices for taxpayers. That is regular reconciliation is required. GSTR 2B versus books. Prompt reply to departmental communications means we need to reply to the department communications. Any communication received from the department, whether it is a notice, intimation, whatever it may be, we need to reply immediately. Pre-show cause notice consultation usage, maintain robust documentation, and avoid last minute litigation. So these are the good practices that taxpayers must be followed. And now we will see common practical issues and notes. Department often mixes 73 and 74 in show cause notice, so which is not permissible. Show cause notice must contain proper quantification. Interest disputes frequently arise. Clear reconciliation is what essential. Recovery cannot start before 3 months unless special circumstances. Pre-show cause notice intimation, that is JRC 01A, helps in early closure. Okay. So now we will see few of the case laws related to recovery and demands. Radhesham Kejriwal, that is relation between adjudication and prosecution. Radhesham Kejriwal versus State of West Bengal Supreme Court. Principle laid down in given case is when adjudication proceedings exonerate a person on merits, criminal prosecution on same allegations becomes abuse of process. If the adjudication authority finds no contravention, prosecution should not continue. So relevance under GST is that GST prosecution can be withdrawn. GST prosecution can be withdrawn if adjudication concludes there is no violation and order attains the finality. Ensures what fairness and prevents double jeopardy like situations. Next. CCCNST versus Northern Operating Systems Private Limited Supreme Court. Principle laid down in given cases, secondment arrangements must be evaluated based on contract terms. Taxability differs based on nature of arrangement. Authorities cannot treat every case of secondment as tax evasion mechanically. Authorities cannot treat every case of secondment as a tax evasion mechanically. So relevance under GST is following this judgment, GST authorities were using Section 74 indiscriminately. ICAI notes that mere non-payment without fraud cannot attract Section 74. Mere non-payment without fraud cannot attract 74. Correct legal categorization between Section 73 and 74 is what mandatory, that is non-fraud and fraud. Next, NK Services Private Limited was a state of Jharkhand. Principle laid down in given cases, circulars laying down administrative discipline issued under earlier laws apply to GST wherever relevant. Officer must act strictly within delegated authority, cannot exceed or misuse the powers. So relevance under GST of given cases used to emphasize that GST officers must follow due process in issuing the demands. Supports taxpayer rights against arbitrary or excessive proceedings. Next, Union of India versus Mohit Minerals Private Limited, Supreme Court. Principle laid down in given cases, dual levy of IGST once as a part of CIF import value and again under ICM on freight is unconstitutional. Tax cannot be collected without express statutory authority. That is Article 265. So relevance under GST is what? Any demand raised without authority of law is invalid. Clarifies that delegated legislations notified RCM on ocean freight cannot create new taxable persons inconsistent with the Act. So that's it for today. Hope you are learning from this video series. So stay tuned to the Tax Guru YouTube channel. If you are not yet subscribed, then do subscribe it for latest update and video series like this. If you want to suggest anything, observations, any queries, then comment below the video. We will get back to you. So stay tuned. We will meet in next video soon. Bye bye. Take care. Hare Krishna.